Good morning, everybody. We are here at the Missouri Botanical Garden this morning. I'm Christina, and this is Catherine with me here today.
Good morning.
We're going to take you guys on a tour, focus on the fall color that's coming out around the garden right now. And if you haven't been yet to see the changing leaves and fall foliage, now is a really good time. And you'll see a little bit of that on our tour this morning.
And we have really nice weather this week, so it's the perfect time to come out to the garden.
Yes. I mean, look at this blue sky behind us. It's amazing. All right, I'll turn my camera around. And first I wanted to show you guys if there are any lingering Halloween celebrations going on. I hope everyone had a safe and happy Halloween this weekend. But we just love this festive display here with all these gourds and the skeletons. And I actually want to go around to the other side here to show you guys my personal favorite skeleton. Who's being engulfed by these mums here. All right. Now we'll keep walking and show you guys some of these changing trees. You can kind of see in the distance even. There's still a lot of green as well, but it gives a really nice variety and depth to have both at once. And you can see some of the ginkgos are starting to turn yellow, and they'll lose a lot of their leaves when there's a frost or a hard frost. You can see here last night, I know when I woke up this morning it was 28 degrees, so definitely got below freezing. It is, and in the sun it's pretty warm with the jacket. So last week at the garden was Tree Week, and we're definitely still at the peak of our color now, which you'll see a little bit more so even when we get to the Japanese garden in a minute here. But we went up and talked to our arborist, Dave, last week in the English Woodland Garden. We went up in the tree canopy and talked to him a little bit about the work that our tree crew does. So if you missed that one, you should check it out. Dave's got a lot of really good information to share. So last week was Tree Week, and next week is going to be our Member Appreciation Days. So if it's coming up time for you to renew your membership, or if you'd like to gift one to somebody, next week our memberships will be 20% off. So next week is a really good time to do it. And that'll be the final membership sale of the year this year.
So if you're looking to get one for a Christmas gift or a holiday gift, that's a good time to get it.
Yes.
Definitely the color already. Red, orange.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get a little closer. That orange tree is really popping. From here, I'm not sure what kind it is, but it certainly looks nice.
Yeah. Here's a closer one.
Yeah.
Nice red leaves.
And just so everyone knows, if you're just tuning in, and if you haven't been to visit us lately, If you are able to come visit, we are open Tuesdays through Sundays. And again, this is a really great week to come see fall color. So here is one of my favorite trees in our collection, the Ginko trees that we talked about a minute ago. But these are a little bit bigger than that other one that we showed. And these are still a little green, but definitely starting to change.
I was just here Friday, and it definitely looks more yellow since then.
And again, these tend to drop their leaves when there's a harder frost. So as the temperatures continue to dip down, I'll definitely be keeping my eye on those, because usually there's one day when all these big ginkgos here will drop all their leaves at once almost. And then you can see the ground will just be like carpeted in gold. So I like to check on these whenever I'm here. This here on the left is bottle brush buckeye, and it turns this really nice yellow color. We have a path that's lined with that completely between the Climatron and the Sachs Museum. But this is a really nice golden colored plant here as we enter the loop of the Japanese garden. I'm definitely seeing a lot of birds and squirrels out this morning, enjoying the sun, I think. Here's another Japanese maple. This one's a really nice, deep reddish purple color. Now, some of the Japanese maples are what you would think of as fall colors year-round. And this is one of those. The last time I was here, it was a cloudy day, and those are very nice in their own way, but it's really beautiful to see those reds against the super blue sky today.
All of our cold, cloudy, rainy weather last week actually made the fall colors that are coming out more vibrant. Those are the perfect conditions to have some vibrant fall color.
Yes, what helps a lot is when we have cold nights and then warmer days, which has been the case lately. I want to go back here today actually and show you guys some of this color. You can see over there on Tea House Island there's quite a bit of fall foliage. Another thing that I wanted to mention while we were walking along here is that tomorrow, after you vote, if you come to the garden with your I voted sticker, you will get a pass for free admission that you can use for a second visit anytime between now and the end of 2021. So again, show your I voted sticker and you'll get a pass for free admission for another visit in the future. And if you already have a membership, maybe that's something you could gift to a friend who doesn't have one so that they could visit. And let's stop for a moment here on the Koi Bridge and look out across. This is always a favorite view. Yeah. You can actually see, I'll point the camera down here. I think you can see on the camera, yeah. We've got some koi out today, coming up to get a little sun, even though it's pretty chilly. I guess they haven't gone into, I don't know if they go into hibernation. I was just going to say I don't know if they've gone into hibernation for the winter yet, but
I'm not sure if they do either. I know they go down toward the bottom.
yeah.
I don't know what they're doing.
Same. Yeah, and there's different types of hibernation too, like torpor. So I'm not sure what the technical term is, but we do not see them in the winter, so I'm glad to see them again today.
So might be disappointed we didn't bring them.
Yeah, we didn't bring them any food. We'll leave that up to you guys when you visit later this week. You can buy fish food at the front now, so that you don't have to touch the fish food machines here on the Koi Bridge, but you can still feed them.
Lost some leaves, but it's still looking nice color.
Yeah.
This tree I think is interesting because this top is a like darker reddish orange, and that's more of a yellow tone, all on the same tree. I think that's
You're right.
interesting. Nice bright yellow right there.
Yeah. I love the yellows.
They are just so bright and pretty.
Yes. And this dark purplish red again on the right here is more of those Japanese maples. Why don't we go down onto the Zigzag Bridge? It's always a really nice vantage point. I always like looking at the leaves collecting on the water. It's kind of like a piñata burst.
It is neat to see all the different colors.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorite spots, where you have the fall color, and then you have the mums here too. Just look very autumnal.
Yes. And these big chrysanthemums right here are so cool. Let me see if I can get a little closer to show you guys. Don't want to get too close because we're here by the rock garden. Don't want to step on that. But, oh wow, look at this one, it's huge.
That is cute.
And with these cascading mums coming down behind it, that's just beautiful.
And all the different colors and the mums. It's so pretty.
And I just want to turn back actually too and show this view here.
And really have the full spectrum of
Yes,
fall color with the reds and oranges, there's some yellows.
full spectrum indeed. And right here, this is actually along Alfred Avenue if you're on the outside of the garden. So anyone who lives in the area and is going for walks, I would definitely suggest looking to your left if you're walking along Alfred. Because this is, a lot of this you can see popping over the fence there. You can see the cypress trees are starting to change too. Those are usually one of the last ones, but they turn that really nice copper, sort of rusty color, and sometimes it's one of the last trees to have its leaves. So here's an example of a Japanese maple that is not always a typical fall color. You can see that this one is changing from green to a reddish color. And a lot of times the Japanese maples will also be one of the last ones to hold on to their color. Really all the way until like the very beginning of December, you'll see color on these trees. You can see there's still some asters hanging on here. And some that haven't even opened yet, so these are definitely not past their bloom yet. And these are aromatic asters, which are native to Missouri.
Bright orange.
Yes.
It looks like it dropped all of its leaves during the frost probably.
So this tree ahead here, this is actually the reason that I wanted to bring you guys to the Carver Garden on this tour today, because I was here on Friday and it was fully in color. And you can see it's still hanging on to some of its leaves and they're still really beautiful. But look how many leaves it has lost.
Yeah.
So I would definitely suggest that you make a plan to come sometime this week to see the fall color, because
You won't stick around for long.
yes. This is a nice little overlook that a lot of people don't know about. I thought we'd go up here as long as we're in the area. You can kind of peek in at the Japanese garden from here. You can look out into the neighborhood. Just a nice spot to sit and read if you don't know about it. Seeing some berries. Yes. We're seeing some holly and winter berries, beauty berries already coming out. And some of those will hang on throughout the winter and be a nice bright spot while everything else has lost its leaves. This is one of my favorite spots here, this creek. You can see a lot of yellow leaves on the ground and some still hanging on to the trees. But I hope you guys enjoyed this fall color tour today. Just wanted to take you on a loop around the Japanese garden, and as you can see, it's looking amazing right now. So if you can, definitely plan to come see us this week.
Take advantage of those warmer temperatures and come out and see this fall color.
Yes. It's looking like it's going to be in the high 60s later this week, so it'll be a really lovely time to come. And with that, I'm going to take you guys down to the creek, and we'll end on a shot here of the Japanese garden lake.